Welcome back, students. So in today's video we will be seeing more about irrational numbers, their examples, and also we will be seeing some graphical based questions on plotting irrational numbers, that is based on exercise 1.2. I think you remember well, students, in the introduction video of this chapter we discussed all the type of real numbers. Out of that, some of the numbers were there with decimal points, some of the numbers were there without decimal points. Now in the part of the numbers that were having decimal points, if you remember the previous video, we discussed two types of numbers, that is rational numbers and irrational numbers. Okay, so first of all, let us start with, you can say, the basics of irrational numbers once more. Now, what was irrational number? If you remember the previous video well, it was non-terminating and non-repeating decimal number. So what is a rational number? Rational number is a non-terminating. What is the meaning of non-terminating? The decimal point does not stop, it will continue. Non-repeating. Remember the previous video we saw non-terminating, repeating. That was also called a recursive number. Here in a irrational number we have a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal number. So let us say an example: 0.10111100 1 1 2 3 and so on. So as you can see, this is a non-terminating and no pattern is actually repeated. So this is a rational number. Another type of rational number is any number in a square root. Let that any number be m, but we have to pay attention that the number we are specifying in m is not a perfect square number. So examples of this will be root 2, root 3, root 4 cannot be taken because this is a perfect square number, root 5, root 6, root 7, root 8, root 9 cannot be taken, it is a perfect square number, root 10, and if required, so on. One more pattern of irrational number is a cube root number. I hope everyone knows cube root. Here we can take cube root of 2, we can take cube root of 4, we can take cube root of 5. Can we take cube root of 8, students? No, because it will give us the answer 2. So this is also a type of irrational number. Last type of irrational number is pi. We all are aware that the value of pi is 3.14. That is the mathematical value that we are using in our questions. But actually, value of pi is also a irrational number and it has non-terminating and non-repeating digits. Okay. So this was the introduction of irrational numbers. Now students, in today's video, we will be seeing a very important topic, that is the only important topic of the next upcoming exercise 1.2, that is locating irrational numbers on a number line. Okay, now before I actually start this topic, students, there is one extra topic you need to study for getting this thing and understanding this thing in an easy manner. That small extra topic, I don't know whether you have covered in other classes or not. That small topic is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so if you are not aware of it, there is no need to worry. We will be specially discussing this small Pythagoras theorem in this section. Now, Pythagoras theorem generally works for a right angled triangle. Okay, so let us see a right angled triangle. Correct? Now, let me name this A, B, C. Okay, now this part can be called base, this part can be called height and this part is called hypotenuse. Okay, just see it carefully. Right angle triangle we are involving in Pythagoras theorem, and Pythagoras theorem only works with a right angle triangle. There are three parts of a right angle triangle. Our height is AB, our height is BC, our base is AC, and our hypotenuse is AB. Now, what does Pythagoras theorem state? Pythagoras theorem states that hypotenuse square is always equal to sum of square of base plus square of height. Okay, so this is our Pythagoras theorem. How do we write the Pythagoras theorem for this triangle? For this triangle, hypotenuse, that is AB square equal to AC square plus BC square. Now you will wonder what is the use of this hypotenuse or this Pythagoras theorem. Many times it will happen, you will be given certain values. Suppose, let us see, I have been given the value of height to be say 5, correct? I have been given the value of base to be 12, and I want to find the value of hypotenuse. So what we will do, we will place the values here. We want to find AB square. What is AC? 12. 12 square is 144. What is BC? 5. 5 square is 25. Now AB square will be, I am supposing it is 169. Okay. So AB will be equal to 13. So our hypotenuse will be 13. Correct. One more pattern of questions can come. If required, we will not go in detail. Suppose we are here taking the same right angle triangle with the same values. AB square equal to AC square plus BC square. Now let us suppose here we have been given the hypotenuse. Okay, suppose our hypotenuse is 15. We are given AC equal to 9. We are told to find out BC. I think BC in our case is the height. Okay, so how we will deal with this? 15 square equal to 9 square plus BC square. What is 15 square? 225. What is 9 square? 81 plus BC square. Correct? Now for finding BC square, what we'll do? BC square equal to 225 minus 81. BC square equal to, I think, 144, and BC will be equal to 12. Correct? So this is how we will apply this Pythagoras theorem. Now we will be discussing the you can say only and the most important topic of today's lecture, that is locating irrational numbers on a number line. Okay, now students, so let us start plotting irrational numbers on the number line. First of all, we will take a very simple example, that is I want to plot root 2. Now pay attention to what I am doing. What is root 1? 1. What is root 4? 2. So if root 1 is 1 and root 4 is 2, root 1 and root 4, root 2 we have to plot. So what is the expected value of root 2? Expected value of root 2 will be always between 1 and 2. Let us see one more example. I want to say plot root 7. What is root 4? 2. What is the next perfect square? Root 9. What is root 9? 3. So 7 lies between 4 and 9. That means the actual answer of root 7 will be between 2 and 3. Okay, so just tricks how we will be doing. Now, doing this example requires, you can say, a scale, a protractor, and a rounder or a compass, so that you are able to do these things. Unfortunately, I am not available with a rounder as of now due to the lockdown situations. So, whatever is the case of the rounder, I would be actually showing you with the hand. Okay. So, actually, let us start it. You have to pay attention to small things. First, I am plotting what? I am plotting root 2. Okay, now first what we can do, we can just draw a simple straight line. Okay, take any point and mark it 0 or O, whatever you can call it. Okay, now one point is very important. in such kind of things, that point is called unit distance. Okay. Now generally unit distance we can consider to be 1. Okay, generally unit distance we can consider to be 1, but as you can see students, if I take 1 here, the distances will be very very small. Okay, so just for making you understand, I repeat. So for calculation purpose we can take unit distance to be 1, but remember students, very carefully, just for showing you I will be taking not unit distance of 1 because that will be too tiny for me to explain. I will be taking a unit distance of 2, but during calculation we will always consider unit distance to be 1. You can do the same in your notebook. If you feel that the unit distance is getting too small, you can take separate measurements, but for calculation you will use 1. So let us say we have plotted a point O or 0, and we will take unit distance of 2 just for showing you, and as you can see, at unit distance of 2 I am making a point. Let me call this point as 1. Now again with the same unit distance you have to draw a perpendicular. Now what is perpendicular students? Perpendicular is the, you can say, line that is drawn at 90 degree in shorter straight line. So we will again use the same unit distance, that is of 2 centimeter for simplicity, to draw a perpendicular from the point 1. Okay, I hope you are clear. Now what we will do next, we will join both the, you can say, the starting point origin O or 0 and the top of the, you can say, perpendicular, and we will get what? We will get a hypotenuse. So what did we do? We just bluntly stated a point 0, correct, or O, whatever you speak. We took the unit distance. For simplicity we took it 2, but calculation wise we will take 1. So 1 unit distance is there. Again we drew the same unit distance in perpendicular, then we joined both. Now we are getting a right angle triangle. Okay, now let us give the names. Suppose I am calling this you can say A, I will call this B. So in rough or in corner you can just calculate OB square is equal to OA square plus AB square, correct. Now what is the unit distance? 1. Just for, you can say, demo we took it to be 2, but always unit distance will be 1. Unit means 1. What is the unit distance here? 1. So we will find out the hypotenuse. OB square equal to OA square, that is 1 square is 1 plus AB square. So OB square equal to 2, that means OB will be equal to root 2. So our hypotenuse is root 2, correct. I hope you have understood till now. I repeat what we did. We plotted 0 or O. We took unit distance of 2 for showing we are taking 2, but actually it is 1. If we have taken 1, it would be very tiny. We you can say took the unit distance of 2 and we plotted a point, that is 1. From 1 again we took the same unit distance and we, you can say, have drawn a perpendicular. Now we joined both the lines and we have done the solution. Solution is a part of the question, and solution is hypotenuse is root 2. So this is our root 2. Now students, comes the job of the rounder or the compass. Okay, now what you will do, I don't have the rounder because of the lockdown situation. What you will do, you will just consider my fingers to be part of the rounder. This is the part where the pointy part or the, you can say, sharp end is there, and this is the part where you will keep the pencil or the pen in the rounder. Now what you will do, you will place the center of the rounder at O. You will adjust your rounder's distance, okay, in such a way that you take the distance from O to B, that is the hypotenuse. I hope you are clear what I am speaking. Again, you will take the center of the rounder to be my thumb. You will put the center of the rounder at O. You will adjust the distance. What distance you will take? You will take the distance from O to B. Once the pencil is kept, you will draw a arc or a circle. Let us say like this. Okay, I hope you are understanding. 0 is the center. You will take the distance, and once the distance is taken, you will draw an arc like this. So verbally or technically, it will be something like this. Okay, I hope you are understanding. Little bit more curve will be there. Okay, so it will be something like this. Let me darken the points so you have a better idea. Okay, fine. So we will take this distance, we will keep it here, and we will measure the distance, and we will again join it properly. Okay, so these students on the number line will be representing root 2. Okay, and remember what we spoke at the beginning of the question, value of root 2 will be between 1 and 2. So what we will do to prove that once more, we will again take the point at 1 and we will place the unit distance. Unit distance we took to be 2, we are getting the unit distance to be 2, and you will see that root 2 on the number line actually lies between 1 and 2. Okay, now let us extend this question, students. Let us go for finding root 3. Same method you have to follow. What was the first? We will draw a perpendicular. Okay, now in case of root 3, remember students, in such kind of question, suppose you are asked to plot root n on the number line. So to plot root n, you always have to plot root n minus 1. What is the meaning of this? You are asked to plot root 3. To plot root 3, you have to plot root 2. You are asked to plot, say, root 5. To plot root 5, you have to plot root 4. To plot root 4, you have to plot root 3. To plot root 3, you have to plot root 3. So that means every time you have to plot a irrational number, you have to plot all the numbers. Suppose you have to plot root 7, for example. That means you have to plot root 6, root 5, root 4, root 3, root 2. Here you have to plot root 3. That means root 2 has to be plotted. And we will take the same example where root 2 is actually being plotted. In a question in the exercise, you have to plot root 5. That means root 2 will be plotted, root 3 will be plotted, root 4 will be plotted, and root 5 will also be plotted. So you can try that, but first let us first of all see root 3. Okay, now for root 3, what you will do, again, so same unit distance of 2 we will be taking for our example purpose. In measurement value, unit distance will be 1. Okay, pay attention. Now if you want, you can make the use of a protractor. Why protractor? You have to keep the protractor here, and you have to, here means you have to keep the protractor on the top of the height, and you have to draw a perpendicular of the same unit distance. So we will do it directly, not very difficult. You have to just draw a straight line. You can see that I have kept the scale straight so that my perpendicular is fine, and we will draw a straight line of our unit distance, and our unit distance will be 2, just for showing you. Now perpendicular means you can show the signs like this. Fine. Now what we will do, we will again join it properly. Join it properly means this is our new height, this is our, what you can say, origin. So we will join it once more in a correct manner. Okay, now let's name it. Suppose I am calling it M. Correct. So our new triangle is MOB. As you can see, value of OB is root 2. This is of unit distance, so this will be of 1. Let us find the new hypotenuse OM. So OM square equal to OB square plus MB square. Correct. OM's, what is students, OB square? OB square is root 2 square plus MB is 1 square. Remember, unit distance is always 1. Now root 2 square is 2, 1 square is 1. So OM square, we are getting 3. That means OM is root 3. Correct. So our OM is root 3. Okay. Again the same pattern we will be following, students. What is the value of this root 3? Root 3's value, again we are supposing, just look here, root 1 is 1, root 4 is 2. So again the value of root 3 will be between 1 and 2. This is pre-assumption. Now protractor, center, pencil part. Center will be on O. Adjust the pencil part. Okay, I repeat, adjust the pencil part on the hypotenuse. Once the adjustment is done, I can draw the line properly. Okay, I am not having the protractor, so again I repeat, this thumb is the center, adjust the distance and you can stretch it, and once you are stretching it and drawing a circle, you will find that, let me just try, you will find that the circle is actually touching somewhere near this. Okay, so this point, students, on the number line will be root 3. Now what you will be doing for root 4? Remember, in exercise there is a question where you have to plot root 5. I am not going to do this question now. I will be showing you what to do. Okay, now for root 5, definitely you remember this theorem. For root, you can say plotting root n, you have to plot the previous value. So for root 5, definitely you have to draw root 4. Now how will you draw root 4? Again the same unit distance you will take. You will draw one perpendicular. You will find out the hypotenuse, that will be root 4 here. Again one unit distance you will take. Unit distance will be somewhere here. Once you draw, again you will join the hypotenuse. Okay, again you will get root 5 here, and from that you will take the distance and draw it just like this. Okay, so this is the important, or this is the most important topic of today's lecture, that plotting irrational numbers on the number line. You can pause this video, this part, and you can see it again and again. What I will suggest, you see this video and simultaneously on the side you can start, you can say, drawing this on the number line. Okay, so that will be all from me today. Solutions of previous videos exercise will be given after this. Also questions of exercise 1.2 will be given. Thank you, and we will see you in the next video.